fire signs, I have debated long and hard on what to do about the reading that's going to follow this message, which I'm considering to be a disclaimer or a trigger warning. The reading coming up, I almost didn't post. I really didn't know if I should post it or not, so I've been debating it. I'm going to post it. You're going to see it after this, but I want to say a few things first. One thing, you're going to hear me talking about having a pain in my stomach, specifically in my right side, sort of under my rib cage area. And that pain went away right after I finished your reading. So I would consider that directly linked to your reading, and I had no way of knowing that until I was finished. So I wanted to tell you that. Along those same lines, I want to trigger warning this because even though I don't explicitly talk about all of the things that came up for me, because I simply did not want to go there, I definitely think I implied a lot of them. So it was a lot of drama at best, but violence, frankly, at worst. So there's some traumatic issues. If you have any issues, traumas surrounding pregnancy, yes, motherhood or pregnancy, things like this, I would encourage you to consider whether or not you want to proceed. I would also caution you if you have any trauma surrounding fires, like house fires. One thing I would say is that one reason I almost didn't post this was because almost immediately, within an hour of finishing this reading, there was a house fire, I don't know, 5 blocks from my house, maybe, 6 blocks, I don't know, I'd have to count, but pretty close to my house there was a house fire, and it was actually happening during the reading. So I thought, knowing how I am intuitively sensitive to things happening around me, I thought that might have been sort of a corruption in the energy. And actually, let me think. I don't know if it was that night or the next morning that I then saw something about an arson in New Jersey. So that was also startling to me. I don't know if it's relevant at all, but maybe you're in New Jersey. That's the thing. I don't, that's why I'm posting this, basically, because I don't know who my fire sign audience is. Feel free to give a shout out in the comments, because I don't really know who's watching my channel that's a fire sign. I certainly have some friends who are fire signs, but I'm pretty confident that they're not watching my tarot, either because they don't even know the channel exists or because it's just probably not their jam. I could be wrong, but anyway, I know a lot of water sign people and earth sign people who watch my channel, even some air sign people, but I can't really think of any fire signs. So it's very startling to me, some of the things that were coming up, which is mainly why I'm posting it, because it's startling, and I myself have actually some psychic trauma surrounding fire. So house fires. So that's a sensitive topic for me. So anyway, I think that is all I wanted to say. I just wanted to stop you and say that to you before you dive into watching this reading. And on top of that, also, I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do another reading, the same reading for you, hopefully different cards and different messages. So after water and air, I'm going to double back and I'm going to redo this spread for you. And I mean, I really hope that what's coming up in a minute here is for no one, but if it is you, I wish you the best. Please protect yourself. All right, thank you. I'll see you again soon. Fire signs. This is going to be a shadow reading for you for the signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. We are looking at what you're holding on to that might be hurting you, what you're not seeing clearly, and what's waiting in the light. So the reason we're doing shadow readings, as I also explained to the earth signs, so I'll tell you as well, just so we're clear, is because we're still in shadow season. All of winter is essentially shadow season, and I apologize for my voice. I had this problem in the earth sign reading too, where my voice sounds a little bit hoarse. I mean, it definitely is a little bit, and I'm struggling with allergies and, you know, all sorts of things that I just struggle with all year round. But it's something that I'm noticing is coming out even more. Maybe it's because I'm straining my voice to, like, speak loudly. I don't know. Either way, so a lot of people think, you know, shadow season and, you know, the dark side and all these things fade out, and I mean the veil even thinning. Everyone kind of associates that with Halloween, but really we're moving through this energy for, you know, a couple months, couple months more of this to go. The darkest day of the year is actually December 21st. And again, I always apologize that this is very, you know, Northern Hemisphere centric. So I'm in the United States. So I'm speaking of things the way they are here, right? So here in the United States, in the Northern Hemisphere, our darkest day is December 21st. And then after on December 22nd, every day gets progressively, we get more daylight, right? We get more light. So that's why I'm still talking about shadow season, because it's really only just begun. And I don't know where you live, but like where I live, it's still warm, you know? Like my daughter's running around in shorts still, and it's November. And I've definitely contemplated bringing shorts back out. So we've only just begun. Coming in, speaking of which, coming in, I don't think this is necessarily related, but I felt like mentioning it. I felt like I couldn't decide if I was hot or cold. And what else? I felt just a little bit indecisive, like I was going back and forth. I mean, that could definitely be related to the temperatures, right? But it just felt like something that popped up. All right, so we are not started yet, but I will tell you what card just popped out, the Empress. This Empress card in this particular deck is really interesting to me because, I mean, it always kind of creeps me out a little bit because, gosh, what animals are these? I have such a problem with animals, guys. My daughter could look at this and tell me exactly what this is. Are these like foxes? I think they're foxes. And anyway, they burrow underground. I had to look this up because I thought that this was like the fox and she was like looking over herself being dead and buried. Like, that's where my mind goes, and my mind's not normally like dark either. I'm a pretty light and fluffy person for the most part, but you know, I always have my moments. So anyway, this card actually creeped me out, but right now I'm feeling like this is sort of a message about kind of burrowing for the winter, right? And then coming out, since this is the topic at hand, coming out of it new and different. Yeah, and then the Ace of Cups. Anyway, we're not even started yet. So I am using the Guardian of the Night Tarot, and I will most likely clarify all three placements with the Unfinished Business Tarot. And then at the end, we're going to pull from the Seasons of the Witch Oracle. It's basically the inspiration for me doing these readings, because I look for every excuse possible to use the Season of the Witch Oracles. This is the Samhain Oracle that we're using today. There's several different ones for all different solstices and what have you. Okay, so let's get into it. For fire sign spirit. Sorry, I'm stuffy, guys, all of a sudden. For fire signs, what are fire signs holding on to? What do they need to see? What are they holding on to that is hurting them? One card, please. Whoa. Alright, well, I felt like a card wanted to come out, but then I lost control of the deck. Sorry, guys. What are fire signs holding on to that is hurting them? One card. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune. Want to give me one more card on that while we're here? One more card, please. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Because that could be so many things. Okay, the High Priestess. Alright, what are you not seeing clearly? What are fire signs not seeing clearly, Spirit? The deck feels really weird. Like, I love this deck, you guys. That's why I'm using it. And I don't know, it feels really weird to me. Like, just thought I'd mention it. It feels wonky, uncoordinated, a little erratic, and almost like it's, I mean, it is a very big deck, but I'm used to shuffling it, so it's like hurting my hands though, which is interesting. We just got done talking about what's hurting you. Okay, what are you not seeing clearly? Alright, we'll clarify that with the other deck. What is waiting for you in the light? What's waiting for the fire signs in the light? Okay. I had a feeling. Give me one more for the Five of Pentacles. Thank you. Two more. Six of Wands, Seven of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Four of Wands. So we could be talking about like themes of your home life. We could be talking about engagements or marriages. But yeah, potentially centered around the home. The Four of Wands sometimes to me also talks about like someone putting on displays or putting on a show, right? Like setting a scene that's false. So I just feel like pointing that out. But most strongly, I feel like this is about something in your home or your like domestic life. We do have the Ten of Cups in the center, indicating that you're not seeing something clearly about potentially a family matter or some sort of dream that you have, some sort of goal or dream that you want to bring down to reality, or that you want to, to materialize in real life, and you're not seeing it clearly. I'll clarify more in a second. So what are we holding on to that's hurting us? We have the Wheel of Fortune and the High Priestess. Now, sometimes the High Priestess indicates to me a secret, and a lot of times it can indicate that, but what I mean is sometimes it indicates to me that there's a secret that I am not allowed to know about, if that makes sense. Sometimes she can indicate to me that I'm not allowed to see the full picture. And since I was asking for clarification and she came out, I'm kind of getting that vibe, like you're blocked and you're going to have to figure out what the Wheel of Fortune means all on your own, kid. But I am going to clarify with a different deck as well in a second. So the Wheel of Fortune to me here, and what you're holding on to that's hurting you, is making me feel like some sort of matter of potentially luck, but also just holding on to the fact that, well, how do I say that? Holding on to the fact that like the wheel is turned, there's a different, you're in a different cycle. I feel like a lot of you are holding on to a past cycle, something that has eclipsed, so to speak, out of your life, and then you don't really want to admit to it. Like something has run its course. The High Priestess. Okay, well, the Wheel of Fortune can be Jupiter energy, which would be Sagittarius, but it's also like seen as fixed sign energy. I don't really have a particular inclination either way. Jupiter is also Pisces energy, which the High Priestess is a Pisces card. So, but I would tend to see the Wheel of Fortune as Sagittarius. Anyway, or it could be fixed energy, which would be Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. I don't know if that even matters, but I did feel the need to point out that it can be Jupiter energy. So maybe this is about a Sagittarius or relevant to you, Sagittarius, specifically, or it could be a Pisces, or it could be any of those fixed signs that this is related to. I don't know why I'm rambling about the signs. So I don't know. This is giving me some weird, it's like something being, I don't want to say that because it sounds like derogatory, but it's like something is being moved away from you, like out of your reach, out of your league, is what I'm thinking, is what I'm like hearing, out of your league. And the High Priestess can be that. And the Wheel of Fortune can mean that, I mean, it could be you, right? I guess I could flip it. But I'm not actually feeling that. I'm feeling like something is out of your reach, something is out of your league. But it could be that it's you, that, you've just moved into a new cycle in your life where you are now out of someone's league, or out of the league that you were previously playing in. I do feel like it's like with a person, though. Like, there's a, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a rift. There's a divide that's sort of impenetrable, that is separating you from someone or something. That's what that feels like. We'll get more clarity and maybe something else will come up. And then with the Ten of Cups, I already went over that, so we're just going to move to the end. So what's waiting in the light? Five of Pentacles, Six of Wands, Seven of Wands, clarifying that. This one, I'm still a little bit stumped on, but the Five of Pentacles in a position like this, to me, could potentially be representative of a sanctuary. I don't know if that's what kind of sense that even makes, but that's kind of what that's feeling like in this position, like a position of sanctuary. And then with the Seven of Wands and the Six of Wands clarifying that, I feel like that's just kind of like it's like you, and this kind of goes along with this. It's like you might have to sort of defend your position or stand on principle on something. And perhaps that has something to do with something just not being, like, just not mixing well with you anymore, just not being for you. And then we can enter the Ten of Cups here with what you're not seeing clearly, is maybe your dream is more of a fantasy that you can't, like, it's not going to be brought down to earth. It's not going to materialize because of this rift or something that, well, it says the position is supposed to be what you're holding on to that's hurting you, but I feel like it's like holding on to something that's not really there, like something that's not really real. Like a false belief about something. I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling, so let's clarify. The Five of Pentacles, I guess I should mention that because I didn't. The Five of Pentacles here could also just signify that whatever this is, whatever's going on, like whatever you don't want to admit to, I feel like something's done, something's over, something's a lie. And the Four of Wands is kind of instilling that. It's like everyone's putting on a show. I don't know if this is like a family matter, that maybe this will come up like over the holidays or something, but I feel like there's a charade and everybody's like pretending that everything's fine, and it's not. And I feel like what's waiting in the light, Five of Pentacles, could be that, you know, it's gonna come to light. You're gonna have to come to grips with reality, and something's gonna have to be left behind, right? And now we have a train. So I guess I'll just mention this because it didn't occur to me. I'm having this bad pain in my right side. I don't really know what this would be. Like, I don't think it's a kidney. Aren't kidneys? No, maybe it is like kidney area. Somewhere in my right side, like right side, yes. I had to make sure I was correct. So I started getting this weird pain a couple minutes ago. I don't know if that has anything to do. I mean, I normally would consider anything that happens to me or, you know, in the space potentially relevant. So I thought I would mention it, but unfortunately it's making it a little bit difficult for me to focus. Okay, So anyway, let's clarify the first position. Can you clarify the Wheel of Fortune for me, please? The Tower, yes, see? Clarify the High Priestess. Clarify the High Priestess, please, for fun. Woo! Alright, that's a lot. 7 of Wands, 2 of Cups, 5 of Wands. 6 of Cups and 2 of Wands on the splits. Yes, I mean, I believe that's basically what I just said. 6 of Cups, 2 of Wands. So there's something here about leaving something in the past. The Tower would indicate to me that, you know, something's built on a faulty foundation. It's, you know, it's crumbling. It's like you're being evicted from this situation. It's the Tower. The Tower is crumbling. There's no going back. You'd have to start from the ground up to rebuild it, right? And I feel like that's part of what we're talking about here. It's like it's a shock to you. I feel like, well, with the High Priestess, that could indicate that you weren't listening to your intuition, that you ignored your intuition on this situation. And it's like now you're shocked. I've definitely been there. It's like when your intuition's telling you something and you're ignoring it, and then all of a sudden you're hit with the fact that you were right, your intuition was right, but you're still shocked. You're still like, what? In disbelief. Again, I don't know what we're talking about here, but we have the 7 of Wands and the 5 of Wands with the 2 of Cups. So 7 of Wands and the 5 of Wands, especially in this particular deck, are combative energies. They're energies of arguments, yelling, screaming, competition. I mean, here they're literally fighting, they're boxing. And the 2 of Cups is typically about partnerships. In this particular photo drawing, these appear to be 2 women. So that could be relevant. Or, I mean, it could just be that there's 2 women in the scenario. Maybe there's 2 women involved in a conflict among other people. But there's 2 men in this photo fighting. Why do I keep saying photo? Okay, I don't know what the photo is about. A photo. I mean, it could be something about a photograph, right? Could be relevant. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not going to go into it, but there's a lot of drama that can happen on the internet, right? Especially if the right kind of pictures are posted. This could be an argument about that. We also have the 7 of Wands over here. So the fact that it's echoing, I usually like to pay attention to that. I mean, I feel like I don't even know what to say here. This feels messy. This feels messy, guys. And I think what it boils down to is that it doesn't have to be messy. I feel like whatever's happening here, like whatever's changing, I feel like somewhere intuitively you knew that it would, or you knew that it should, and you just didn't want to admit to it. And then we have the Tower coming in, which, you know, is like the shock to your system that it feels like you should have been expecting it. And then this just feels like the source of, I mean, it just feels like there's like drama underneath it all, right? And okay, well, I'll just get into like specifics, I guess, as an example. Like, this kind of gives me the vibe of like competing for somebody, like a relationship, right? Like, you know, somebody's got somebody else, you're trying to convince them that you're the one they should be with, when really at the end of the day, this is beneath you. And I kind of said that. I mean, I was kind of feeling it on the other side, like that somebody just has eclipsed out of your orbit. But if this is the scenario we're dealing with, the Seven of Wands just makes me feel like, well, if you just took a second, excuse me, I'm yawning and my coffee's cold, so it's not even going to help me. If you just took a second, I feel like, to consider your principles, to consider your morals, to consider your standards, then I feel like this drama would just be avoided, because who the hell wants to be competing for anything, really? Like, what's meant to be yours should just be yours. You shouldn't have to fight someone for it. You shouldn't have to outrun someone for something. Like, it's just, the choice should be obvious. So I feel like, and the Seven of Wands is a card of being caught off guard, of not being ready for something. The Tower is kind of the same, but so I feel like if you just take a breather in this situation, it's going to be obvious what to do. Because I feel like that none of this is even something that's supposed to be for you. The Wheel of Fortune is exactly what that's making me feel like. Like, whatever's going on here, there's competition, there's drama, there's potentially third-party situations going on here, whatever. And even though it's like that's going on, but for some reason you still want to be involved. And I guess that's a fire sign thing. We have a lot of fire here. So I think if you just put aside that urge to jump in and explode in a situation, I think you should just take a second. Consider why you would even bother, why you would even waste your energy. Because I feel like whatever this is not part of your path. The Wheel of Fortune, it's not really part of your destiny, and you know that. I feel like the High Priestess is saying you know that. So I don't know if this is like something, like out of boredom that you want to get involved, or just you have a short fuse, you have a temper, things like this. I don't know. Let me see if I can get anything else, because this feels weird. I mean, unfortunately, I'm not a good person for drama tarot, because of course I hear things and I read things, whatever. I don't really get involved with this stuff, man. Can you tell me anything else about this? Yeah, Seven of Swords, lying, cheating, stealing. Didn't come out, but it made me pause. Yeah, see, the deck's being weird. It's like sideways. Yeah, something is sideways about this situation. That doesn't count. God, I have no idea where I even went. Okay. Let me see. Is that it? It feels like all of it. Oh. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, once again, this could be a family situation. Knight of Pentacles, the Empress, the Chariot, and the King of Wands. So once again, we're getting the Empress just in a different deck. This is actually, this Empress is a very dark card because it's indicating that this woman died giving birth. You see the baby there is alive up in the left-hand corner with the nurse or what have you, and the woman here, she's a spirit, and there's blood there. Anyway, this, I mean, we have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Cups. So this could definitely involve a pregnancy or a decision to have a family. And since the Ten of Cups is a card of what you're not seeing clearly, this could definitely be the case, right? Like, like I don't want to talk about this, but maybe that's why the High Priestess came out, because I don't want to talk about this. You don't want to know, girl. There could definitely be a fight here over whether or not to start a family, something pertaining to that issue. Knight of Pentacles would be a slow person who possibly is dragging their feet, wanting to like micromanage and plan every aspect of life. Maybe, you know, they're overthinking the decision. And then we have the Chariot and the King of Wands, who are both very like steadfast, you know, go for it energy. So I kind of see them in opposition to the Knight of Pentacles. I don't know what is going on here. Like, I'm having so many weird physical body, I mean, I hope this isn't something bad happening to somebody during pregnancy. I mean, I'm not getting that, really, at all. Until now. So I hope that's not the case, but I suppose it could be. Because the High Priestess is generally a woman who does not have children. The Empress is. So I don't know, this is getting really deep, guys. And yeah, I feel like someone's avoiding an issue, and I can't help but look at this guy here, the King of Wands, who I would take as your energy, regardless of which sign you are. He's like filming, it looks like some kind of fire. I wish I understood more about what we're talking about. Eight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I definitely feel like somebody wants to rush something. Somebody is sure of something, or, you know, they're confident in what they want. It could be a family, it could be a marriage, it could be an engagement. So either this is something that already happened and now we have problems because we rushed, or it's something that is happening and someone else is just not about it. They're much slower, they're much more indecisive, and just frankly not ready. They're not ready. And I feel like, since the energy I was picking up initially here, I feel like they're never going to be ready. Not in this, not with you. Okay? Whatever we're dealing with here, I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's never going to be ready. They're never going to be sure. And that's because they're not aligned with you. They're not supposed to be on your path at all. So then we move into this dream you have, possibly of a family, you know, your future, your happily ever after. And that's what you're not seeing clearly. And potentially the reason you're not seeing it clearly is because of everything I just said. Because you're wanting it with the wrong person. Okay, let's clarify the Ten of Cups. Anything else you can tell me? The Moon, yeah. Once again, Pisces energy. Could be Cancer as well. I also got the Chariot a minute ago, so you could be dealing with a Cancer or a Pisces. Ten of Cups is also Pisces energy. Bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups, which is Scorpio energy. Knight of Swords. I mean, the Moon card is just basically, I'm trying to find something else in the imagery here, but it's basically just telling me more of what I said, which is that you're just not seeing things clearly. I do, however, see these people down here. You probably can't see it in the card, but there's like a fire, which is creeping me out because that King of Wands was filming some kind of fire. Okay, that's scary, guys. Please be mindful of your fire safety and your smoke detectors and all these things. Can you give me anything else on the Ten of Cups? The World and the Queen of Swords. I mean, I feel like this is what I said already. It's like you do see, it's like a refusal to see. Like that something has run its course, the cycle has come to an end. I mean, I guess you don't see because that's exactly what it's saying, but like, and the Moon is here. But sorry, that's my cat over there in Catopia. I don't know how else I can put this. I'm literally just not getting anything else off of this except that you have a dream here, or a fantasy, or some kind of wish for your life that, I mean, I feel like it's based on this thing here that has come to a close. And I'm sitting here, I feel like you already know this. I don't know if this is denial or what, or someone is lying to you. Maybe that's why you aren't seeing clearly, because someone is lying to you. But somewhere I feel like you know this. You know that something's just out of reach. It's done. And I don't necessarily want to get into like what that is, because I feel like this could be like a family having children, something like this. And those are just very sensitive topics that I don't want to get into. However, the Queen of Swords is coming out here, and she can sometimes be a woman who is barren, who is unable to have children. She can also sometimes be a widow. I will say that. 5 of Pentacles again at the bottom of the deck. With the 2 of Swords. Yeah, honey. And the Wheel of Fortune again. I feel like this is just freaking me out. Like, I feel like you don't see, potentially, you don't see the changes. Because maybe someone's lying to you, somebody's gaslighting you, or, you know, they're creating some kind of illusion to keep you in the dark. But I feel like what you don't see is that you're already out in the cold. Okay, flip it. Flip it, I guess, if that's you, and you're already, if you're trying to, like, you know, sneak away from someone or whatever, I feel like it's working. I feel like this person has no clue, because I don't really know who. I'm trying to be in your shoes, but I feel like it's a little confusing who is who. That's interesting. And I was feeling like hot and cold. I couldn't decide. Am I hot? Am I cold? So, I don't know. You could be putting someone out. But I'm a little bit alarmed because I feel like it's you, and there's way too many baby pictures. Somebody could be leaving you pregnant and alone. And that is freaking me out and making me unhappy right now. I gotta get my glasses on. I was seeing if I could read this, but I don't think I can. No fighting. Something, carts must stay. Limit 25. For some reason, this rules list is sticking out to me on the 5 of Pentacles, and I'm trying to read it, and I really can't. No drugs. Like, it's interesting, because when I saw this card, I thought maybe somebody has some kind of problem. This is throwing me for a loop, you guys. What is happening? I hope no one is I hope no one's doing anything dirty with, like, your finances. Okay? Check on your finances. If you're not in control of your own money, someone could be fucking you over. Okay? And, like, literally, you might end up homeless. This is giving me so many crazy stories that I never imagined were gonna come up. I'm so alarmed. I almost want to pause the reading so I can collect myself. Okay, yeah, I mean, it could be also a change in your finances too. I mean, this feels more so like, if it is a change in finances, I feel like it has to do with a family issue or your partner. There's somebody else involved here, I feel like. Like, this is not you on your own. This is somebody else. Either they're causing it, or just you guys are in it together. Like something's happening and you clearly don't see something. I feel like this is denial. Like, I'm trying to be nice here. I'm trying to be gentle and polite. But I gotta say, this feels like straight up denial. Like, I don't know if this person is lying to you as much as you're lying to yourself. I feel like you're doing the job for them for the most part. You need to be really careful too around pregnancy. If you can have children, okay? I potentially feel like maybe you can't. And maybe there's some fighting and some issues, and maybe that itself is tearing apart something. But, you know, I can't. I'm not going there. But be very careful getting pregnant. And because I feel like someone might leave you alone. With that Empress card and the Chariot card, that's freaking me out. But, you know, that's fine. I mean, I'm a single mom. Like, I chose this life for myself, right? Like, I did not choose to be a mother with any regard, really, for the father. And my daughter and I both prefer he not be around. So I'm not saying there's anything bad about being a single mom. There isn't, if that's what's going to fulfill you. See, that's how when I was younger, I never wanted to have children. And then as I got older, I mean, I'm talking like when I was a child, and as I got older, like into my teens and stuff, I was like, well, maybe I can imagine it, but I can't imagine being married to a man. I could imagine being a mom, so maybe that would work for me. So my point is that this is what I chose. This is what I wanted. This is what I envisioned. But I feel like your vision is very different from what is playing out or what is about to play out. Okay? Yeah, and I feel like what you're holding on to is just a lack of reality. Like not wanting to face reality, not wanting to admit that something has changed, something is different. You're on a new cycle, a new timeline. Something's very, very different here. And I feel like you're just out, you know, you're just out of your element. Like the life you're living or something is not in alignment with you. And then that's causing you, holding on to that is causing you to not see that this dream or this wish, you know, this little fantasy here is just not, I mean, I feel like it's not realistic because it's not part of the path. It's not part of your destiny. It's like you've stopped seeing something. Your clarity is gone. And this could be Ten of Wands. This could be because you're burdened. I was just watching something earlier today or yesterday. I don't really know. I'm a Pisces. I don't understand time. But it was talking about how, you know, the things are designed in such a way that we're so busy, that we're so overwhelmed, that we don't have time to really listen to our intuition. We don't really have time to connect with ourselves, to our spirituality. because we're forced to be so busy and so bogged down. And I feel like that's relevant here. Okay. I'm sorry. I know I'm trying so hard to like be helpful, but I just feel like there's bad stuff going on. And I don't even know where to begin. So I'm trying to stick to what's important. And what's important is that, I mean, you could be in danger. Someone could be lying to you. Someone could be screwing you over. Someone could be planning to leave you out in the cold. However, what's waiting in the light is exactly that. It's someone being left out in the cold. It's somebody, you know, being left in a position of lack. However, with the 6 of Wands and the 7 of Wands coming out, I feel like it's a win, even if this is you, okay? Even if you're the one being left here, impoverished, I don't know what exactly the situation is, but the 5 of Pentacles is like a card of being left out in the cold. It's a card of not knowing where to turn. It's a card of feeling like you have no sanctuary, nowhere to turn. However, that's an illusion, right? That's like, it's in your head. There's always a solution. And anyway, the clarifying cards are the 7 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. So I feel like it might not feel, God, how do I word this so that it doesn't sound bad, even though I think it might be bad. Like, the 7 of Wands is standing up for yourself. It's standing up for your convictions. It's defending yourself. The 6 of Wands is prevailing. It's winning a war. We saw the 5 of Wands. So the 6 of Wands comes after that. It's being the winner in a situation. It's surviving the war. And like I said, the 7 of Wands is about standing up for what you believe in, standing up for yourself. So these are the clarifiers. I'll get another one. But I feel like no matter what happens, even if you're alone, right? Even if you lose money, or even if somebody takes you for everything, right? Like, let's say we're in divorce court or something. Like, even if someone like wipes the bank accounts, I feel like you still win. You still win because, I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. You still win because of everything I just said. Because this isn't for you. It's not part of your path. And the dream you're envisioning isn't real. It's an illusion. Okay. Can you tell me anything more about what's waiting in the light? With fire signs, please. Before I start crying. What's waiting in the light? Thank you. Lovers, Judgment, Page of Cups. 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Because that feels like some heavy reconciliation. Now, I don't know if it's with this person, but for some of you, perhaps. That's confusing. But yeah, I don't know. There's still a lot of oh God, this pain really hurts, guys. there's that fire again. And this time it's a house, which well, this is super confusing because, like I said, this almost feels like an apology, mending a situation. The Nine of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, and that to me can mean like persevering, like trying something again. And the Page of Cups can be an apology. However, this could very well also be just new love, right? Different choices. And I feel like that would align more with the energy I'm feeling. But also, yeah, different choices. Because the Lover's card is a choice card. The Judgment card is a decision. Can be a decision. So, and with the Five of Pentacles being the foreground, and with the house being on fire, I'm sorry, it's not appropriate to laugh. If this is your real life situation, it's not appropriate to laugh, I don't think. So anyway, this could be about making the choice to burn the whole thing down. Choosing what is aligned and what is not, because that's essentially what the Lover's card represents. It's making a choice between one path versus another path when it's clear. Didn't I say this earlier? Yes, I did. The path should be clear. The choice should be clear. One is clearly wrong. One is clearly the correct choice. So this could very well be making the correct choice. Judgment, it could be, right, like coming back around to make the correct choice this time with the Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It's like maybe you made the wrong choice previously and you're getting a chance to make the correct choice this time. This could also be, as I was saying before I got distracted by myself, choosing to burn it all down and making the decision to leave some kind of immature energy out in the cold, because the Page of Cups can be an immature energy, someone who's not ready, someone who isn't serious, someone who is just selling you a dream, selling you a fantasy that's not real, right? Could definitely be what's happening with these cards. But I don't want to leave a reconciliation. I mean, some of you probably want to hear that this is all going to work out, and maybe it will. But I do believe you're going to have to begin again. You're going to have to start again. You're going to have to reconstruct the foundation, because right now I feel like there's a foundation here that's built on illusion and lies. I believe somebody has just painted an incorrect picture, or else these cards wouldn't have come out. So I think if that is what you choose, if that is what this is saying, which I don't necessarily feel, but I can't deny that it could be that. then I feel like, yeah, you're going to have to burn down the old thing. You're going to have to burn down the old paradigm, whatever that looked like is going to have to fundamentally change. But my hope is that what this actually means is that you are getting another chance to make a different choice. And that this time you're going to make the obvious choice that actually aligns with your path, which could be a new love. But before that happens, I feel like something's going to have to go. Something's going to have to go, but that's going to feel really good. This is what I was trying to say before. Like, that's going to feel really good because letting go of that, or whatever, separating yourself from this is going to make you feel empowered. It's going to make you feel like you've won because you're standing up for yourself and what you believe in. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's something that you're familiar with, because I'm familiar with it. And I know I feel really good when I stand up for my principles, when I don't compromise myself or my morals, and I dismiss something that I know is not aligned with me or those things. All right, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to get you an oracle. And I almost said the Capricorn. It was kind of, they're cardinal Earth, so in a way they're the leaders. In the Earth sign reading, the oracles kind of brought out some stuff that I didn't touch on, so hopefully that might be the case for you as well. Can we get an oracle, please, for the fire signs? Guidance for the fire signs. Thank you. Owl, number 27. Yeah, there's that sight again. Owl number 27 says, "Behold sight, O ancient ones, for there is magic in the darkest of places if one dares to open their eyes." Definitely something here about opening your eyes, guys. I even had to put my glasses on so that I could see the fine print. Did I mention that? Like someone breaking the rules or something? I don't even have that card out anymore. Okay. Make sure you read fine print. So there's that. Okay. It says, "There's no witch or Samhain without the mention of owls. Owls are majestic creatures, often known as old souls, that have fantastic sight and the ability to turn their heads 270 degrees. Their energy is one of vast knowledge and observation. They sit in silence, carefully watching their surroundings for their prey. They do not need to search for what they seek endlessly, as they know that what they seek will soon come to them. Owl has called because you are one of the great keepers of wisdom, even if you don't know it yet. You have knowledge and experience that others need. You have something to share with the world, a voice that must be heard, and healing that must be shared. This is a natural path for you, and as the saying goes, when the teacher is ready, the student will appear. You're being asked to expand your spiritual knowledge in the realm of the owl, the night. Some quiet messages and signs wait for you in the unknown void where light is not present. This message is amplified if you've also pulled Greet the Darkness. We did not. Do not be afraid of what you cannot see. Trust in your other senses to pick up the load when your eyes are not enough. I don't know what is going on here with this seeing in the dark stuff. There's something about that. You might want to pay more attention to nighttime. Something's going on at night. I don't know. But there's something you're not seeing, obviously. And like I said, yeah, this could have to do with spirituality too. Getting better connected so that you can hear your intuition, because there's something here. There's something here about that. It's like you're not picking up on it, but you should be. So that was a little underwhelming, but I gotta cut this off at some point, you all, and I hope that helped whoever it was supposed to help. I'm sorry it wasn't more uplifting. Good luck, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much.